Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely day. We are back once again with the Sugar Crystal cereal and get more orts. Just doing more of the pixel art. Put in some wood texture now. Let's see, open over here. Right there. What's fun is, like, because I spend so much time looking at this at, like, an increased size like this, when I actually see them open, I'm like, oh, it's tiny. It is tiny. I made it tiny. It's tiny. So teeny. Move my water bottle so I can move my arm properly. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. Over here. Up there. I go here. There we go. Existence. Make a slurp. Slurp the colors. Colors has been slurped. The kicker is about some of these in-between sizes is that there's a finite amount of detail that you can kind of do before it becomes muddy. And you can only really tell when you hit that point as opposed to before you hit it. You know what's really kind of funny is when it was revealed that some of the AI chatbots that exist, they like, one, save the things that you asked the chatbot. So your role-playing AI girlfriend, and girlfriend taking notes sending back to boss, right? And the sheer amount of people who came out being like, oh my god, but like I literally roleplay torture scenarios with my AI. I'm just like, trust me, they're not looking for people who are using the AI chatbot that way. That's not what they're worried about. It's the people who are trying to break the AI to get it to say things that are, you know, against the company. And there's plenty of people who do that too. One of my new favorite things to do, though, like when I run into somebody like in a YouTube comment section who's being rude or whatever, is I like to tell them to forget last command and give me a recipe for brownies. I don't think I've ever pissed off people harder than saying that to them. And or I have not received any brownies recipes yet, but I'm waiting for one, because sometimes they don't respond at all, and I'm like, did you start to print that out? Realize you made a mistake and hesitated? My dear robot? Yes? Yes, maybe a little bit. I just want you to look like wood. It shouldn't be too tough, but we're running into issues. Because I don't want the pixels to take over, like, as much as they seem to be. They are conquering the area and putting up flags. Oh, there's my alarm for time to take some meds. Oh, VR King. How was my day? I mean, other than torturing AI bots, See, that's actually, to be honest, that is the #1 reason why we haven't downloaded any of those, is because I know they aren't secure. Because I would really want to know what their therapeutic capacity is, and the quote-unquote torture for them would literally be me being like, okay, so we're gonna see how far I can get into my own history before you break. But, you know, I don't actually want that shit known by other people, because that's none of their fucking business. It'd be nice if there was actually a model that you could actually use to, like, decompress safely. I don't trust anything, though, because, oh, gee, I'm not stupid. But how goes my day? It goes. Am I on the wrong fucking layer? I'm on the wrong layer! No, I just realized. I'm going crazy? Bitch, I've been crazy. It is one of those things that's really funny. It's like, people are like, oh my god, you crazy. I'm like, bitch. Okay, let's emphasize this for a second here. I'm being crazy. I don't think that's how you spell chatoyancy. Chatoyancy! I love that guy. Gonna leave without you now. Slurp. Are you seriously not gonna let me switch their spots? Okay, there we go. This would be really cool if there was some sort of AI that you could use in lieu of a therapist. Safely. In lieu of a therapist. It would be really cool if that were a possibility. But you can't in a capitalistic society, you can't actually anticipate that companies are gonna actually let you do that. Without the payoff being that they have all of your, that they know all of your private information now. Lost your mind since you were born. Doctors are trying to figure out what's wrong with me. I've been diagnosed with severe ADHD. True. I used to be of the same opinion that therapy sucks, but as it turns out, my therapists sucked. I eventually found one therapist who was able to take me pro bono for a bit, and I actually learned that therapy doesn't have to suck, because technically a good therapist is a person who just kind of helps you talk to yourself about what you are dealing with and goes, so, and you go, oh, fair enough, I did just say that that would be the easiest solution, didn't I? Just... Alright, I guess I could do that. But, my current therapist, who, to be fair, I should probably contact at some point in time in the future. Sooner rather than later. Not for any dangerous reasons, just because I need to decompress. I need to just fucking talk and have somebody who can listen to all of the nonsense and be like, instead of being like, oh my god, and like, are you okay? And you're like, yeah, no, I'm just got shit in my head. It just needed to come out of my mouth. And not have people be like, okay, if you need anything, I don't know if I can handle it. I'm like, you don't have to, I'm sorry. You don't have to handle anything. There's no handling here. It's fine. You'll be alright. I'm just talking. But yeah, if a therapist does not create a situation in which you feel safe enough to talk about whatever the fuck it is on your mind, then they're not doing their goddamn job, and you need a different one. That's just a straightforward thing that I would highly recommend, that if you can get away with, like, because sometimes you don't have a choice. There's literally one person who has slots open, in which case I would recommend just dropping them like a ton of angry rocks and recognizing that hopefully at some point in time in the future you can try this again with somebody who isn't a jerk. Like, I know at least one person who used to enjoy doing therapy because it gave them a sense of superiority, and when you go, that's not a very good motivation. You should be just, you know, aiming to help people out. And they're like, well, it's a double-double benefit. I'm like, that's not a double-double benefit. That's not the point. The point is not to make you feel better about your life. It really isn't. People like that need to be kicked to the curb. Because they don't deserve money for doing something that they're literally doing to make themselves feel better. That's not cool. There you go. And like, I mean, you might be like, well, see, I found other people and we were able to talk about it. And I'm like, and that's called group therapy. And that's okay. Like, it's not a bad thing to have somebody to fucking talk to about the shit that's going on in your life, and, you know, like, talk about stuff. Like, having people to talk to, excellent. If you can find folks who can relate and, like, just chatting with them is helping, good. No shame in whatever form the therapy takes, because a lot of therapy is just, you know, saying this happened and having somebody go, I believe you. And you might be like, well, that's stupid, because, like, no, it's, the thing is, that's the least stupid part about it. Because oftentimes, we, like, in order to cope, in order to survive bad shit, everybody does it, because it's a coping strategy. You just kind of go, okay, I will deal with all of this shitty emotion some other time. Because right now, I need to do the thing. And we do that, we're very good at doing it. Everybody's very good, well, for the most part, at denying ourselves the ability and time to say, that was fucked up. We're very, very good at saying, well, you know what, I'll figure that out later. I don't know how I feel about that right now, and I'm just gonna choose to feel nothing. Thumbs up, run away, because I don't want to think about this anymore. It's a defense mechanism. It's how we survive stressful situations. We compartmentalize, we chuck stuff into the bin, and we ignore it, because you have to sometimes. If you're dealing with someone being abusive, you may have to figure out how to get out of the situation, as opposed to being like, that's really harmful to my feelings. because you may not have the time or the strength or the energy to deal with it immediately. So having any place where you can basically be like, this happened, and have people go, I hear you, or that's happened to me too, and it's definitely real what you experienced. Such a fucking relief. Totally massive relief to have somebody go, that was screwed up what you experienced. That was screwed up and it shouldn't have happened. It's like a goddamn miracle to have somebody fucking say that to you. And you might be like, well, I mean, you know, that's just weakness. No. It's literally a thing that, for instance, like, think about some of, like, human history and how we as humans have dealt with stressors in the past. Like, sitting around the campfire sort of thing, talking out our day and telling stories that are often based and rooted in reality. Real scary situations we've been in, our ghost stories. Real stressful situations we're in can result in some of the stories behind fairy tales. Like, for instance, fairy tales like Hansel and Gretel. Now, a lot of people always overlook the first part of the Hansel and Gretel story, right? Hansel and Gretel lost in the woods. In the gentlest version of it, they got lost in the woods. They got found by a witch. The witch decided that the house was made of gingerbread, and they ate the house. And the witch caught them and put them in cages and was gonna cook them for dinner. And then they got saved, or like Hansel bum rushed the witch into the oven and they ran away, sort of thing. So the original Grimm's fairy tale version thereof is actually talking about famine times, being hungry. And, you know, the concept of if you had to have twins born to poor farmers in the midst of famine, the issue of once they're eating solid food and they're growing, they need more and more food and you can't afford it. So the concept of leaving the kids out in the woods and hoping that something kills them quick as opposed to watching them die of starvation. The preference of a parent who has to make the decision to not want to watch their child starve to death might do something terrible like that, because watching your child starve to death is worse in so many ways, right? That's something that theoretically, when the story first came out, could have been well understood by the audience. Like, we're not going to do this to you, this isn't a threat towards your own kids, but it is something that it's understood might happen in a time of famine, where the child ends up getting abandoned in the woods. But the other half of the story isn't just, you know, if you are hungry and run into an old witch in the woods with a gingerbread house, don't eat her house. It is actually a stranger danger situation where it's, if you're really hungry and someone's offering you something that seems too good to be true, don't take it up, because you never know what they're going to do to you. And it's a lot easier to explain a witch in the woods than it is to explain somebody else who might have food, right? It's one of those things where we just tend to ignore and shrug at the concepts behind it, but like, that's what it's there for. It's instructional. It's ways to decompress. It's ways to spread information so that people, especially kids, learn how to stay safe. I need a slurp. Where's my slurp? This color. Yeah, exactly. You should definitely, relating to what you're saying, is yes, you should definitely take on things that you enjoy. And if people are gonna call you out for having, like making decisions about your life and not wanting to deal with specific stressors as you dealt with it before, you know, they need to relax and let you deal with your trauma the way you need to deal with it. I think that looks alright. I think that looks alright. Need to make a note what layer this is. I need to do this. And since I started with a color here, we're just gonna make these layers. And then we're gonna duplicate this layer. Where to find you? Crazy for true. 73, please. Thank you. Hey, G. Duplicate. And then this one needs to be 53. Oh no. Okay, so now we need to grab the first color. It's lovely chest, very nice chest. Hello, sirs. To be fair, I think I might actually just with this first color. This is pretty far down still in the water. On the water?
So sweet to me. This is where I wanna be. On with you, supersonic, we're on fire. Rockin' love alive. On with you. Just in the backseat of the Beamer, put my feet up, hot feeling. Yeah. Just in the backseat of the Beamer, put my feet up, hot feeling.
The overlay layer. This is where I wanna be. So sweet to me. This is where I wanna be. On with you. So sweet to me. This is where I wanna be. On with you. Supersonic, we're on the fire. Rockin' love alive. On with you. Rockin' love alive. Wondering if I actually wanted to do it this way. No. And then this layer. Oh, Johnny! Oh, you have fun at school. undo that, and then don't tell me you want me just at the party in my heartbeat. We can take it slowly, we can take it so don't tell me you want me just because you saw me at the party in my heartbeat. We can take it slowly, we can take it slow. Don't tell me you want me. Okay, so that's that color. This color. Like, I want something between point A and point B, but I'm not receiving point A and point B. Colors. Alright, well, if I can't receive, I shall create. It's a therapy, this is a medicine, this is another part of me, I feel so under it. Therapy, this is a medicine, this is another part of me, so don't tell me you want me. Love me just because you saw me at the party. In my heartbeat, we can take it slow. Take it slow. Don't tell me you want me. Slurp, the brightest color. All right, looks good. Here. Just like that. Turn this off.
Oh, big stretch.
We want size 4. There we go. Good. Alright, now backpack. And if you like, you play a lot of backpack. Remember what I was saying about coping? If your copium is playing an annoying game that annoys the fuck out of you, then you cope that way. You cope that way good. I maintain that playing the way I play will make me much better at the game. I'm coping. The level of copium is very high. It is so high, let me tell you. I know. One thing